In this short video, we're going to cover the vLookup functionality in Excel. It's very useful for when you're populating data from either two different spreadsheets that have one column that's common between the two, and you're just trying to populate some missing data, or comparing data across two different spreadsheets. A lot of times we find customers have an Active Directory file that they upload, and that Active Directory file doesn't include cost center, department, or location. That actually comes from some other HR system. So they export that into Excel and need to populate it via the user import template to supplement their data from the Active Directory. I'm going to use the example of an orders spreadsheet and a list of employee IDs and their cost center and department information. In this case, what I want to do is every time I find for each order ID, I'm going to look up the sales ID in this list here. And I want to return the column that says what department there is so that it shows up in column E here. Now I could go through filters and do a bunch of copying and pasting, but this formula is far more efficient. The best way to do this is to type in the formula equals vLookup or vertical lookup, and it wants to know what value I want to look up. Well, in this case, I want to look up the sales ID. Then it asks for a comma. And it says what table array? Well, in this case, this is the table array from the employee ID all the way over to the department and for all those records. Then it wants to know what column do I want the data to return. So in this case, I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the sixth column over. And because we want it to look for exact matches between the employee IDs on both spreadsheets, we type in false. Now you can see that column E holds the department associated with employee ID 111, 111, and I can paste this down. It's a very easy time saver for when you're trying to look data up across two spreadsheets. And when you're dealing with a list of user records where there's hundreds of employee IDs and variations on cost centers, departments, or locations, this will be the trick that you can use to really simplify the work on your side.